Wait, are we really?
Yeah, you're really live.
Why would they lie about that?
Why would I lie?
Hey everybody, how's it going? It's me, Ghosty, with all the fantabulous people here. Well, we really are live. Wow, at the Untold Archives. We're back again with Questy, Jen, Sky, and Danny to bring you session 2 of this fantastic game, which is called Forsaken: The Jewel of Orvos. Oh, where are my notes? Oh gosh, I was not prepared, Sky. You sprang this upon me.
Dice. Pretty dice.
Yeah,
and
show your pretty dice while I grab things.
Sky made us dice, guys.
I did.
Look what she did. She made this. These are dash dice. If you were here for last campaign,
And they glow in the dark.
Kid. What?
Not yours, Ghosty. I'm so sorry.
Oh.
If you eat them, the chocolate will see.
Only the
What?
women got the glow in the dark.
Look at this. Look at this, guys. Honestly.
And coasters.
Look at those.
Yep.
And coasters, which I'm going to use right now.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, it works.
It coasts.
It coasts.
It coasts.
Brilliant.
Perfect. All right, now with that out of the way, we don't really have any announcements tonight, so we're going to jump right into a recap. It's a short recap just because a lot happened, but not a lot happened that needs to be remembered. So last time on Forsaken: The Jewel of Orvos, our characters met each other under convenient circumstances. Serena, our religious girl next door, was out in search of something to cure her ailments, but found only drugs, a mysterious but familiar assassin, and possibly a midnight snack. Nightforge, our Valtressan vigilante, found exactly what he was looking for, in the form of information interrogated out of a gnome with an explosive personality, confirming that a new drug was in play in the city that he is trying to save. Soo-Jin and Mara completed a mission to steal documents incriminating a noble house, thus granting them a meeting with the supposed leader of the resistance, who happens to be Oleg Draven, Mara's paramour. All of this happened because they all came to the same warehouse where an illegal drug den was taking place. And with that being said, we left off with Soo-Jin and Mara meeting the leader of the resistance. Before we get into that, we're going to go back once more about 1900 years. The man that we saw before stands before cold metal doors. They hang open, impossibly complex in make, filled with runes, gears, and about 100 years of his own blood and sweat. He takes a long moment to admire the work, one last time, before his eyes turn to the chained and broken body kneeling in the center of the room. He steps closer to the doors, stopping just outside of them, before addressing the being. Look at you, so pitiful. As the being struggles to raise their head, the body is that of a male, probably with a name, a life, but now it was just collateral damage. It looks at the man through blood that drips from its forehead. You can't. Oh. Can't I? Was it not your kind that started this? All I am doing is protecting all of creation, as you should have been doing. The man turns his back to the being. His scythe scrapes the ground, leaving a trail of blood in his wake. He reaches one of the doors and begins to slowly close it. We do, this being cries out. We do protect them, even from each other. The man stops moving, leveling a glare at the beaten form. At what cost, God? Please. You don't understand. They will come for me. Eventually the others will come for me. The man lets out a laugh that echoes in the metal room. They are far too busy fighting with each other, Zephyriel. They will not notice until it's too late. The man begins to push the door closed. even while the god inside the room screams for mercy, for forgiveness, and for death. He moves to the second door, walking at a sedate pace. Oh, and fear not. You will not be stuck in that container forever. It will die eventually, and you will be as you once were, all powerful, just trapped. When the final door closes, there's only silence. The man begins to walk away, scythe in hand, off to somewhere only he knows. Jumping forward 1900 years, we watch as a half-orc walks into a low-lit room, sparse, save for sparse, save for a man chained to a wall. He looks up at her through hooded eyes. Ugh, this bitch again.
This
Hmm.
motherfucker.
Hello, Jack. I'd say it's a pleasure to see you again, but I think we'd both see through that, wouldn't we?
What do you want?
She crosses the room and is directly in front of him. She traces all the new scars on his face. I'm curious. Would you prefer if I called you a leech or a tick? Do you have a preference?
You can call me whatever the fuck you want. But guess what, Marzana? Even when I'm not here, he still doesn't come back to you.
She lifts a hand and plays with his hair.
Where's the other bitch?
Are you talking about my friend?
The rabbit.
Hmm. I assume she'll come in a minute, but would you just be a good little parasite and go fetch the boss quick? Could you, wherever you keep him in there?
You don't. Oh, this is rich. Wait, you don't know what the deal is here. You don't know what's going on. You're in the dark, aren't you? Oh. You want answers?
No, you know that I do.
And what do I get in return?
Hmm. Seems like you've already taken quite a bit. Although you don't wear this face nearly as well as he did.
You are in for the surprise of a lifetime, my dear, when you realize the truth. And until then, I'm gonna be right inside here, laughing and just enjoying myself. Send in the rabbit. Get this over with. And he'll drop his head.
Is Mara like right up on him? Like
Yeah.
how close are you?
My hand is still in his hair.
Soo-Jin wants to clock him in the face, but Mara's in the way, so I think she's just going to high heel kick him in the side.
Go ahead and roll to hit with advantage for me.
Goddamn right.
It's an unarmed strike.
Piece of shit. first one's a 22. We're gonna roll with advantage. Nat 20, bitch, for 24.
Hits. Yep, it hits. Go ahead and roll that damage for me.
I don't get any damage with a stupid unarmed strike. I only get 1 bludgeoning damage, but it feels good.
He Ah, Soo-Jin.
Don't talk to me. I'll fucking
How's your
cut out your
father?
tongue. Daddy's well. Why do you care?
I figured he'd be dead in the ditch by now, but I doubt they have an assassin that's good enough to kill him.
Oh, like you could hurt my feelings.
What feelings?
Exactly. Good to know we're on the same page.
Good God, is the rabbit here or not?
Soo-Jin will walk out, heels clicking, and to go find Prim.
She's right outside the door there.
And then she'll like lean just on the threshold of the door and kind of like head tilt and look at her, and then
Mara, if you could. Oh, go ahead.
As Mara's like kind of pushing back his hair, she's like kind of trying to memorize the runes that are carved into his forehead.
Okay. Yeah, give me a. Let's do an Arcana. He's standing pretty still, so it'll be a pretty low DC.
Okay. Don't even have my D&D Beyond up. Oh my gosh.
That's a problem.
It'll be real fast, don't worry.
So, you guys like boats?
Okay, first of all, it's already here. I like
Big
both
boat
boats
guy.
and hose. Let's see. 19.
Yeah, you're able to familiarize yourself with the runes. You do notice that they are relatively like they're routinely used runes. A lot of them are based off of like you'd notice like a scribe would use them for notes, not specifically
Okay.
magic. It's not. They're not glowing. All right. They're not finely written in a way that like you feel like magic would be used. And I think on a 19 you recognize that these aren't magic runes, these are reminders.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, you as you guys make your way no, you guys aren't making your way anywhere. What am I talking about? As you're standing there in front of him, Prim makes her way across the room and goes, "Mara, if you could step to the side for a moment."
Okay. She does.
Oleg looks up at Jack right now looks up at her and goes, 3 days. Really? And she kind of smirks and goes, "You're a dick." And wraps her hands around the talisman hanging on his neck and begins to whisper. You watch as it begins to glow with this ethereal purple light. And you see it travel up the cord around his neck, and then the veins on his neck and face begin to glow before it reaches his eyes, and they black out purple before coming back down. And he 3 days, Prim. You said it would only take a day and a half. What did I miss? And Prim goes, "Don't be alarmed. Because if you react in any way that's not just completely normal, I will leave you on the wall." He finally blinks a couple of times, looks up. "Oh, my love."
I am fucking furious with you.
Understandable and completely warranted. Is there any chance that you'll let me be unlatched first before you? Okay, perfect. And Prim goes over and starts to undo the bindings. He's released from the wall, gets up, rubs his
She's
wrists.
on him before then. She was planning on beating the shit out of him, but she is not. She is hugging him desperately.
He doesn't hug you back at first, not out of like, but just because of surprise from you suddenly being right there to him. But then after a moment, he does put his arms back around you. He sighs. I don't know where to begin.
About apologizing 500 fucking times. I have prepared a lecture, but it will wait. Why didn't you come back?
I don't. I'm not fully here, Mara.
So Prim can be with you when you're not fully here.
What?
So
No.
she gets
No.
she gets to be around for
It's
this.
not. It's
And
not
you
like.
don't-
It's not like that. It's. What am I talking about? You wouldn't think it's like that. You're you. No. It's. She can push back what happened to me and clarify things for me so that I can continue being me for short periods of time.
But when you're you for those short periods of time, you don't think that I would want that.
Damn it, Danny.
Get
Throw something at
D20.
him. Yep, there it is.
I'm minding my own
Perfect.
business over here.
Mm-hmm. He goes silent for a moment, and Mara, he looks up at Prim and Soo-Jin. Can we have a moment?
No.
All right.
Soo-Jin, please.
She will make a walk towards the both of them and then turn on a heel and walk out.
So you're friends with Soo-Jin Laurent now?
We work together.
How did that come about? No, you asked me a question. I don't deserve to ask you questions yet. Mara, I love you. But it was 10 years. They were a long time. And I'm not fully back from that. I can't be until I'm done.
But why are you letting her help you and you're not letting me?
Can't tell you without... I can't put you in danger like that.
You think that you are keeping me safe? You think that you are protecting me because you are flaying me alive every single day. Every
Mara,
single day that you are choosing not to come home.
Mara, there are things outside of you and I. There are horrible things that I can't let them know about you.
Do you know how fucking selfish that is?
I'm not doing this to be selfish. I'm not doing... You don't...
I need you to think about 10 years ago, 12 years ago. If I had walked down that hall and I had disappeared, and then you found me, and then I left, and I just didn't come back. What would you fucking want?
What I want and what's currently happening are not the same. But at the end of this, when I'm done, it's just you and me. It's always been the plan.
The plan that you just refuse to let me in on.
You're not going to back down from this, are you?
I have a question for you. Do you remember me? Do you truly, truly remember me?
Give me an insight check.
Ooh.
Oh, it's not good. It's not good. Let's see. 9.
You see something flash across his face. And I think you would interpret it as an answer to your question before he speaks. It's a no. Mara, how could I forget about us? How could I forget about you? Willingly. Look at me. Mara, look at me.
If you did remember me, you'd already have the answer to that question that you asked me. You know I'm not going to leave this alone.
Then I need you to promise something. And I know I'm asking for the world from you right now. I won't say a word. Okay? I won't stop you. You can be involved. But I'm taking the lead here. You don't get to question why I do things. You don't get to have a say. It's not going to be like before, in the jobs that we work together. There's no bending in that.
I have one condition.
Name it.
You will not run from me again.
On my honor as a thief. And on our love. I will not run from you. Now I need to hear you say it.
Whatever you need.
There'll be time for us to speak more later. For right now, I need to get you caught up. Prim! And Prim, outside the door with you, Soo-Jin, rolls her eyes, looks at you, and goes, Captain's calling.
Just give me 5 minutes one day. I'll leave Mara at home. We won't tell anybody.
You get used to his eccentric nature.
No.
Okay. Soo-Jin, I don't remember you being... Well, never mind.
Hmm.
Good to see you again, though.
Likewise.
And she walks into the room, gestures for you to follow. Oleg unravels himself from you a bit, but stays very close to you, Mara, and goes, I'm not going to question the turn of events here. Prim, I assume you have your reasons from hiding the fact that our lead informants and thieves were these two this whole time.
Mara smiles deviously.
Hisses.
We must speak of what has transpired the last 3 days. What of the warehouse? Were we successful?
In the documents with the noble's seal,
Yes.
of course.
Which house was behind it?
I look to Soo-Jin.
It was a house. As she starts to say it, she like lets the look linger for a moment on Oleg. She's kind of enjoying this. But I think eventually she'll declare.
Ah, of course. Okay.
Yeah.
Where were the drugs going?
Did the manifesto say that? Not the manifesto. Every time.
The dossier. We had a name. We had Sasa.
Oh, the Shasa, yes. The she's the main alchemical brewer for Mirth Dust. We already know about her. No, did the document say where the drugs were going? I mean, it's good that we have the house that was supplying, but we needed to know.
I don't think we know that. It didn't say that, did it?
I don't think you two found out that information. No.
No.
Yeah, he goes, okay. Well, outing the house itself will only get us so far. We need to find out where it was going. Soo-Jin, Mara, I know Prim has most likely informed you about the rebellion and what our plans are for that. There needs to be a new Valtressa. Now more than ever. Soo-Jin, I know that Prim trusts you, but we've never formally met.
I know enough.
Well, I do not.
What do you want to know?
Going to share the secrets of what are going on here openly without some sort of reassurance that it stays with you.
Who am I going to tell?
Well, exactly.
Ask your questions. What do you want to know?
I'm aware of the current political climate surrounding your family. And while the whereabouts of your current living situation are unknown, it can be guessed at that you are no longer in-house, Laurent, as it stands.
Nope.
But where do your loyalties lie?
My loyalties lie with myself. With me.
Well, then I'll just have to trust that you are aligned with us at the moment. There's more at stake here than just the working class of Valtressa. In fact, the entire rebellion is a lie.
I'm sorry, what?
Mara does not look that surprised.
Soo-Jin narrows her eyes at her if she sees this.
We now are no better than the nobles, using the working class and poverty-stricken for our own means. The end goal is a better city for them. Let that be known. But it is not our true intention.
Well, what is?
He looks at Mara. Let me finish before you get too angry with me.
I'll do my best, my love.
Ew.
We're going to be stealing from the Celestial Vaults.
Not
What a-
surprising.
Why? Would Soo-Jin know? I don't think Soo-Jin would ever ask if she didn't know something.
Give me a history check with advantage because you live in Valtressa. And you live within noble heritage. So
Thank God for the advantage. Mm, you know, Soo-Jin rolled a 13.
you know that the Celestial Bank. There is a building in every city. It is the highest class protection in the world when it comes to guards, magical protection. It's never been stolen from any of the locations. And it's said to be protected by the gods themselves, which is like a huge part of the belief system within the world. There is the vaults themselves. You know, almost every noble house has a vault within the Celestial Bank. But the way that he said this, that he's going to be stealing from the Celestial Vault, it's not specifically like a noble house vault. Um, that's what you would kind of glean from that with that history check, as far as what you know compared.
But Jen also knows, which means Soo-Jin would know that House Viramontes controls the Celestial Banks.
In Valtressa, he does.
Mm.
He Prim speaks up at this point. Goes, as Oleg said, we will be facilitating a rebellion. Things do need to change in this city. But it's more of a distraction.
For what?
We need the nobles looking elsewhere, fighting amongst themselves and against the lower class, so that
Wow.
think what you will, Soo-Jin, but it's imperative that we get in there.
What do I care if the lower class can't defend themselves and how many will die because they don't have resources to protect themselves? It's fine, right?
Oleg speaks up. They don't? Wait, did something happen?
Compared to the resources of the nobles?
Oh, Prim at this point goes, no, nothing happened on that regard. We have not been lazy in the last 2 years. We have drawn in considerable funds and resources to facilitate this rebellion so that it can succeed. With that being said, Oleg goes, yes, there are still a few things that need to be done beforehand. The first of which, Soo-Jin, you're needed for another mission.
Yeah.
We need you to contact your friend, Nightforge.
The rust bucket? Okay.
Yes, the Rust Bucket.
Is he the distraction? Is he gonna run down Main Street just jingling about? Like,
No, nothing like that. We need. He has an inn. So sorry, my throat. I don't know what's happening.
mm,
Oh, I'm dying. Yeah, that whole thing just stuck to the bottom of it.
that
perfect.
fresh coaster.
Just drink
That's
that
good.
coaster, too.
That's good. That's good product placement right there, Sky.
Yep.
Coaster, you always be coasted with
You
Sky's
always be
D&D
logo on
coasters.
bottom. Always
Always
logo on bottom.
It's a good time. Ooh, it makes the drink extra refreshing too somehow. Anyway, he has an inn at the estates, and we need to speak with one of his regular
he does.
nemesi. I don't know what to call them exactly.
Okay.
You know that the estates is a huge prison over
Mhm.
on the Hearson Bastion, which is to the right of the map there. It's generally, you know it as where like a lot of like political prisoners and enemies of the nobility are kept. But it's also just a regular prison in general as well. Yes.
Mm.
Mother Meyer is currently being held there, and she has information regarding a location in the sewers we need to know about. So we need
Mm.
you to utilize your current connection with Nightforge and find an inn so that we can talk with her.
Mm. Okay. I'll see what I can do.
What are we looking for at the bank?
In the interest of keeping things close to the chest for protection alone, so that no one is caught and interrogated or found out, I'm not going to release that information to the two of you yet.
Wow.
It's not a matter of earning it, it's a matter of time. That's not to say you're not involved still. Mara, you and I have a job.
Yes, my lord.
Well, ew! Don't ever say that
Don't,
again.
No.
what,
It's intentionally dropped.
don't, he looks to Prem and then back to you. What do you...
Mm.
What's the job, darling?
Right. We're going to finish what we started 12 years ago. Breaking in to House Viramontis. This time, successfully.
Okay.
Prem, you know
Just
what
the
to
two
do.
of you? That's just the two of you are going?
Yes, I'm sorry. Did you think needs... I'm sorry. You've been working with Mara for 2 years now, and you think we need more?
No, and she looks to Mara and she like tries to get an understanding in her eyes to convey in the most non-platonic friendship way concern that she is going off with this asshole.
Mara raises an eyebrow that says later.
Oh, whatever. Okay, so I'll go find the Tin Man. You guys do whatever.
The location we're looking for is in the Valtresan sewer system, just under the Golden Heights, next to the Mistways. We just need an entrance. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. With that, we're going to flash over to a church
Oh,
where
yeah.
we left our lovable and can only do good things cleric, Serena. Serena, it is the morning.
Mm-hmm.
Not quite like wake up and get ready for the day morning, but the night has passed. And the sun does begin its crest over the mountains. You don't sleep. What have you been doing this whole time with the still form of a priest in front of a large amount of pews?
Well, I have been cleaning up this clearly done murder scene and putting the priest into his bed and tucking him in nice and tight.
There's something that the priest clearly said this last time, and that he does not sleep here.
It doesn't matter. I'm finding something and I'm tucking him in.
You put him on one of the pews. Just
Yeah.
okay. I love it. Okay. And are you where are you going from here?
I'm going home and getting far away from this scene.
Okay. You take a gondola from the Brass Quarter to the Golden Heights, all the way to the house Laurent mansion. As you get there, there's servants waiting to open the door for you. One of them looks and goes, "Did you enjoy your walk, Mistress Serena?"
Oh, it was a very interesting walk. It was very lovely. It was a good night, a great night, actually. The weather was just perfect, and I'm so sorry.
Very
I
good.
realize I'm taking your time. I'm gonna.
No. Well, just if you would allow me to just a tentative reminder for the future once more. I do not wish to bother you about this, but if you could just let one of the caretakers know that you're going out on your walk, that would be just lovely. Just that we know where you are and can report that back to Master Laurent. Just he asks after you to make sure you're okay, and when we don't have answers, we have to make up things, and the stories are getting wild. If I'm being completely honest.
I'm so sorry. I will let you guys know. I know that he cares for me, and that you guys care for me. I'll let you. I'll make sure to let you know. I'm sorry.
Beautiful. Thank you so very much. Yes, breakfast is being served in about half an hour. So if you wish to go freshen up, Lord Laurent does expect you this morning. He says that he has things to discuss with you.
Oh, okay. I will go do that. Thank you so much.
Beautiful, beautiful. Good, good, good. And he beckons you inside. As you walk into this very beautiful manor house, and it has a mixture of like Valtresan architecture, but you notice, and have noticed multiple times being here, a sort of Eastern feel to some of the architecture that has been added on afterwards. Like it looks like a very old family house that has had remodeling done to some places to give it a more Eastern feel. As you make your way up a grand staircase to the second floor, there are servants and waiters waiting, at every corner for you, asking if you need anything. You are not left to your own devices here, as far as like for wants and needs. You finally make it to your room. The door's open for you, and the very well done bedroom awaits you. This was originally a guest suite that has been converted over to a permanent residence for you. And you see a maid inside, like tucking in the bed. And she goes, "Oh, dearie, I'm so sorry. I'll be out of your hair."
Oh, do not apologize to me, ma'am. I appreciate you so very much.
Oh, so sweet. Very well. Then she leaves.
Do I know if Father Laurent wants me to be in nice clothes, or is it generally accepted that I'm in my religious garb?
Yeah, let me make a quick roll here. I'm going to use my new dice. Hold on a second. He has never had expectations of your form of dress within the house. It's always for,
Dinners and
going
stuff.
out to galas or dinners, things like that, that he wants you to wear some more finery that he has supplied to you.
Okay. Then I go to my closet and open it, and it's very B-movie like, where it's all the same exact outfit over and over. And she grabs one
Love
and
that.
changes to get the blood soak off of her. That's why you wear
Perfect.
black, people.
Yep, this is why you wear black. You change. It doesn't take very long as you make your way back down to the dining hall. When you get there, you see Lord Alaric Laurent at the head of the table with his wife, Lady Hua-Yun, there at his side. And they're just about to tuck in, and Lord Laurent looks up and goes, "Oh, Serena, please join us."
Good morning. And I go sit in my seat.
Oh, how was your stroll? The servants told me you were out for quite some time, but that you were helping the poor and unfortunate.
I was. It is part of my religious tenets to help the poor and unfortunate souls and guide them back to
How
the light.
delightful.
Yes.
Oh, intriguing. I would love to accompany you at some time.
Oh, of course.
See how the other half lives.
Yeah, just let me know and we can schedule something out.
Beautiful, beautiful, yes. Well, I have important news, so tuck in. We are expected today, and I was hoping to bring you along with me to a council meeting.
Oh, of course. Is there something specific happening, or is it just a...
Boring laws and bills being passed, but you know how it is. I want you to learn while you're here and get a feel for the city and what it means, and maybe that will help you in your religious endeavors.
Yes, absolutely. I would not mind joining you at all.
Perfect, perfect. Right then. Well, I'm going to go get ready, and you two, please talk amongst yourselves, and I will come grab you as soon as I'm ready to leave. Yes?
Yes, of course.
Perfect. This is what family's all about. And he reaches down and kisses his wife on the top of the head, smiles to you, Serena, and walks away. Hua-Yun looks at you with the same plastered smile she's had this whole time, and as soon as Lord Laurent is out, it drops.
Is this like a normal thing that I... Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Ma'am, I do not wish to alarm you in any way, but on my walk last night, helping the poor and unfortunate, I happened to stumble on someone who really is unfortunate. I saw your daughter last night, and she wanted me to say hello to you. So.
Did she look well?
Oh, she looked beautiful. I mean, if she just wore some nicer clothes, I think she'd be perfect, but she looks healthy. We'll say that. Some fine blood running through her veins.
Serena.
Mm-hmm.
Delicate child.
Yes.
My daughter.
Mhm.
No matter what she wears,
Mhm.
the most beautiful woman in this city. You would do well to remember that.
Yes, ma'am.
She looks around, leans forward over the table a little bit. You would do well to also remember. Sometimes a nice face hides that which can hurt you the most. Do you understand me?
No, ma'am, I do not.
Pity.
Hmm.
Well, eat your food and have fun at the council meeting. I will be away for some time. If you see my daughter again, ask her why she left home.
I sure will.
Good day.
Mm-hmm. And Serena just picks around at her plate and then just leaves.
Yeah, after about 20 minutes, you hear, oh, where do you go? Sorry if you're leaving.
I just kind of stand in the foyer and wait for Father Laurent.
Yeah, after
Daddy.
after about 20
Laurent.
minutes, he appears, dressed in quite fine clothing. He looks at you and goes, are you going out in that?
Would you prefer me put on something nicer? I can real quick.
No,
It's
no,
trouble.
no, not at all. No. This isn't, a diplomatic dinner or anything like that. I want you to be comfortable.
I figured, I could go in this, spread the gospel a little bit while I'm there.
Ooh.
No.
Ooh. Look, no, not that I don't want you to. It's just the people that we'll be meeting aren't always the best kinds of people. And while they probably do need your teachings,
Hmm.
putting it on them in the middle of them working is
Yeah.
maybe
No,
not the best
if
idea.
they bring
But
it
I can
up,
set
I'll
up some
be,
meetings if you'd like.
If you could, that'd be great. I
Oh,
need someone to
absolutely.
talk
I'm more
to.
than happy to do that.
Thank
Yes,
you.
absolutely. Yes, anytime. Shall we go?
Absolutely. Let's go.
Fantastic. As you guys head out, there is a carriage waiting for you there. One that is not pulled by horses, but is instead, you see a man atop it, kind of whispering and waving his hands in a way, and like this like purple energy surrounding the wheels.
Well,
And he goes, please, after you.
Well, ain't that a raccoon on a gum bush? That is so cool.
What's a raccoon?
Oh, it's like this little furry creature who eats your garbage.
This is from your village, yes?
Yes, this is from my village.
Fascinating. I will have to visit it sometime.
You should. It is so simple and down to earth. It's beautiful, honestly.
That's what controls your guys' garbage consumption. That's intriguing and brilliant, having an animalistic approach to it.
Yes.
Wow. All right. Very well. And you guys, you feel the carriage start to move on your way out to the council chambers, which is the royal court within the Golden Heights there. We're going to flash over to Pharus Andros II. You waken from a very short sleep to the sound of a cup being placed next to your bed. You wake up with a groan and feel your muscles and bones pop and stretch. The extended use of your suit is taxing on the body at the best of times.
Yeah, I like to think pieces of it are sort of strewn about, like my bedroom. Like I basically took it off and collapsed. Is it morning already?
It is, sir. Are you capable of standing yourself?
I will in a moment, but I've been thinking. I'm onto something big last night. Something called the Red Dream. Um, they were moving it somewhere. Something to do with House Declare. Um, if you would, Aliford, pull everything that we have on them. Everything
course,
on the
sir.
declares. Um, what hour is it?
Oh, I'm afraid it's quite early morning yet, but I wished for you to get a head start on getting preparations ready. You are due in the council chambers today.
No gods, what fresh hell awaits me there?
Well, there are quite a few bills being pushed forward today, but you would be quite focused on two of them. There's the Civil Order Stabilization Act, the Foreign Labor Mining Initiative, and the Narcotics Response Expansion Bill.
Right. Can't seem too interested in the last one. Wouldn't want to arouse suspicion, would we?
Of course not, sir. But I
Right.
assure you, I have already placed 2 donations in a shell corporation under your name to 2 of the noble houses to try and sway their opinion on it.
Excellent. I like the way you think, Alphorn. And I'm going to
Indeed.
get out of bed. I'll grab my cane. You can see at this point the leg brace also um, leaning up against the nightstand, which I'm like kind of hastily strapping on.
You watch as
I also need to-
Alford bends down and picks up the helmet to your suit and looks at it. Do you ever think it's going to be enough, sir?
I don't like to think about it, if I'm being honest.
Right. I'll do all the thinking about that for both of us then.
Right. No time to dwell on such things. It'll only slow progress. On a similar note, I've been thinking, had ideas last night when I got home. Some sort of a compound or spell. I need a way to snuff candles or summon darkness. We'll need to work on it more tonight after the council meeting, but things could have got messy last night, Aliford. I was outnumbered. It was only by happenstance that I was able to get help.
Help, sir.
Soo-Jin Laurent, of all people, and
Oh.
her friend Mara. There was another, I did not recall her name. Things escalated as they tend to do, if you catch my meaning. Anyways, they were in for something else entirely. Unfortunately,
Indeed.
I wasn't able to question them on it. I grabbed Thimble. You recall him from the files, someone from Mad Chaucer's goons. Anyways,
Indeed.
I left him on the clock tower. He gave me what little he had, blithering idiot. Had I not been a bit quicker, he would have blown me to hell.
You mentioned, sir, this red dream. Where was it going?
Yes. He mentioned only House Duclair. Some connection to Veramontis, I believe. You know how they get when you're dangling hundreds of feet over the air, though. Once they piss themselves and start gibbering, you can only trust them so much.
Of course, sir, but do use caution when dealing with House Viramontis.
I know. Which brings me to, and I'm just like walking through the halls. I'm like putting on a robe where like
He's helping, like,
this is like
grab things.
like a get ready with me, and I'm just like taking notes of things. It reminds me, and this is perhaps not the most pleasant of conversations in the early morning, but I feel like we're on to something big. And as this escalates, especially with Veramontis, should I not return? Ever? If this ever ends like it did for my father,
Sir.
let's just be realists, Aliford. I put on a big metal suit and I fight crime at night. I barely sleep, and all day All day I'm doing nothing but rattling cages with very powerful people. It only ends one way. And if it does, there are a lot of things in that workshop that would be best if they don't end up in the wrong hands.
Oh,
Or anyone's hands but mine, for that matter.
sir, we have a contingency for that already. There are explosives in all the walls.
Correct. But I was thinking, to be thorough, there is the larger arcane battery. You're familiar with it. It glows. It's in the center of the room.
Very hard to miss.
Right. If the power were to release too quickly, even a let off of 15 to 20%, it would be enough to vaporize everything in the room. But Aliford, I need you to be very clear. If you let off 100% of that battery, you're likely to level the brass quarter. So if it happens, 15 to 20, all right?
Understood, sir. 15 to 20. And in the event of a zombie apocalypse, 100%.
Right. I don't think they'll worry about the brass quarter at that point.
No, definitely
Okay.
not. Sir, one last thing before you have been called upon.
No?
Yes, a widow Alenthi has wished to make your acquaintance sometime in the next few nights.
Can I make a history check? Do I know this person?
Go ahead.
I know this person.
Shall I stroke my genius in front of all of you? I got a dirty 20. I'll
Stroke
leave my
it.
genius where it's at.
Yeah, she up until about 2 years ago was a very prominent member of society. She was from a noble house but was widowed. It was a newer noble house. It wasn't one of the 13 noble houses. But she was like very into the masquerade and gala scene. She was always seen there. Was like a head gossip among the court, and she disappeared 2 years ago. No one put forth a request to have that looked into.
Oh,
Um, and it was kind of pushed under the rug. It's definitely something you would have investigated at one point because a widowed noble is it's still a noble, and that smells fishy. So this coming up suddenly is definitely weird.
okay. Alethine, you said?
Alethi,
Alethi.
widow Alethi, Alethni, I don't know, Alethi. We're
We'll
putting that down
I'll
now.
just say
We'll
it
just pull the
fast.
end.
Yeah.
I'll just trail off every day. Lady Alethine. A
Should
pleasure, I'm sure.
Should I write a response to her?
Mm. Any inkling as to why she would be asking for me?
The note simply stated she was intrigued with your current stances in the council and wished to have a conversation.
Indeed. Indeed. It would be improper to invite her here, obviously.
Of course, if we cannot have guests here.
Right. I was thinking more because she's a widow, because I live alone. But someplace secret, perhaps.
You wish to have a secret meeting with this woman?
If she's interested in my stance on the council, she's either an ally or she likely wants me killed.
Well, that could be anybody on the council.
Right, but in any case, best to be in a discreet location, wouldn't you say?
What if we hit two birds with one stone? May I suggest somewhere in the Scholars' Enclave? That way it is publicized, but not unknown for you to be there.
That's why you make the big bucks. We do pay you, right? Somebody's
We don't need
paying
to
you.
discuss my salary right now, sir.
Alright.
That seems in poor taste.
Indeed. Right. Okay. Would it be too eager to set it up after the council meeting? Would likely be too eager.
I believe tomorrow night is a good compromise, but do keep in mind you do have patrol then as well. You're going to be cutting into that time.
Right, I'll manage. I've been experimenting with the stimulant spell more often. I could store more of it in the arcane battery if need be. We're
Will you-
worried about
If
lack of sleep.
I will, sir, I just wish for you to be healthy. And if you would see a healer at some point, I would step further back, concern-wise. But
Listen, I mean, you control my schedule, you know as well as anyone. There's simply not the time for it.
I could literally have an appointment for you in an hour.
No, I think not. Not today, at least. I'm going to go fiddle with sort of working on names for it. The instant light snuffer, the in darkness, or I don't know, something.
Yes,
Perhaps a potion.
that will
maybe.
need your entire thought process. I completely understand. I'll try again next week. Yes?
Yes, sure.
And do not forget,
Another week won't hurt.
you have counsel in 2 hours.
Right. Do come in to remind me, though. You know how I get lost in things.
Of course, sir.
Oh, also worth noting, I discovered a new use for the stimulants last night.
Oh, really?
Yes, it seems that if administered properly, directly into a human heart, you can stave off a drug overdose.
Bless us all. That's quite the feat finding that out, and I hope the
Yes.
poor man is okay.
I was thinking that perhaps you could get a note to the local medical practitioners. Perhaps there's a way we could replicate it. Make it anonymous, obviously. But
We could utilize the science division of our business in the Ebon Quarter. Yes. Yes, we could do that, and very well. I will get started on finding a way to get that out into the public. Very good, sir.
very good. Yeah, and then I slam a cup of coffee and I'm off to the Batcave. I mean,
Perfect.
my workshop.
Yep. Man, oof. Oof.
That's copyrighted. That's
Warner
copyrighted.
Bros, don't come after us. We're gonna open. We are going to open with the royal court itself. Gilded hall, filled with seating in a kind of round room. At the end of it, you see 13 chairs sit in the middle, facing each other, and then all around the outside, hundreds of chairs. In the 13 places, only 11 spots are full. And then there's smaller chairs behind each of those chairs where the guests of the 13 noble houses sit. Serena, you find yourself sitting to the right of Lord Laurent as he sits and talks amongst some of the other nobles. You watch as the seats around start to fill in. The first row looking to be lesser noble houses. Pharus, you enter the council chambers with your butler by your side. Alaford attends these meetings with you. He acts as both a scribe for you as well as just someone to bounce ideas off of. And you take your place in the central ring just outside of the noble houses, but close enough. You kind of fought tooth and nail over the last couple of years to get to this position where your voice can be heard over others. The council works in a formal setting. The 13 noble houses kind of run the show as far as passing laws and bills. However, all noble houses have a say, but generally they follow along with whatever house they align most with, right? Um, so in the center of the room, on kind of a dais, sits a man in white robes with a crimson edging to them. He's very old, long gray, almost see-through beard, bald head. He sits with a slouch that does not, add anything to his height whatsoever. And as he slouches there and kind of grumbles to himself, he pulls out a monocle and puts it on his eye and stands so slowly and with so much worry on everyone's faces as like they don't know if he's going to fall or not. You watch as one of the noble houses, one of the lords, kind of goes to stand up and then gets like brought back down by somebody else, and they just go like, "No, just watch. If he falls, he falls." And as this man finally makes it up to whatever full height he can make it to and approaches this this pillar in front of him that sits a ledger book, he goes, "All right, High Chancellor Varric Merowint, presenting and presiding for this council meeting. In attendance of the 13 noble houses, please state your names." And around the room, you start to hear, you see a man stand up. He's broad and rather rounded in nature. He stands and goes, "Oh, General Kalis Corvallis, representing," and sits back down. And this kind of goes around the room. The only two houses missing and with empty chairs are House Diamore and House Draven, as they normally stand vacant. And Varric goes, "Very well. Let this council meeting begin." At this point, Serena, Lord Laurent turns to you and starts to whisper. He goes, "The first bill up for vote is the Silver Order Stabilization Act. I put this one forward, so watch closely and see what happens."
Oh, then it must be great. I can't wait to see your handiwork.
"I promise it'll be something to remember. All right, pay attention, child." And he turns back around, and Varric goes, "This bill proposes broader powers for the city guard to use force, enact curfews, and detain individuals during periods of elevated civic unrest. House Laurent puts forth the bill. It is backed by House Duclair, House Vermontis, and House Solomire of the military district. It has 3 backers, therefore it goes to vote. Please, debate." And he sits back down very slowly. Lord Laurent stands up and goes, "Esteemed guests of the council, we live in tiring times. We stand on the precipice of greatness or ruin. The lower members of our society are important. They keep this city alive. But our traditions and our values are what make Valtressa great. If you wish to see this civil unrest snuffed out, this bill must pass for the safety of your families, for the safety of this city. Do what's right in your heart. Do what's right for Valtressa." I motion. And he sits back down. At this point, it's open for anybody to speak up. Andros.
Yeah, just assembling my thoughts here.
No worries. I can move on to another speaker if you'd like.
No. I got you. I stand to my feet, leaning on my cane. And I wonder, good councilman, um, what of the families of those lesser houses? The ones who would live under our boots should this motion pass?
There's a gasp throughout when you say that.
Well, we would be safe. Their freedoms would be constrained, so that you all could sleep better. Now, I know it is not a favorable opinion in this council, but I am of the belief that our privilege exists to protect those freedoms, while you all use it to line your pockets. I believe we have a higher purpose, and this bill does not serve that.
Give me a persuasion check.
I think I'll be okay.
You got
I may have
this.
overstepped. I got caught up in an Oleg speech. It's good. It's good. And I'm gonna, you know what I'm gonna do to be safe? To be safe, I'm gonna pour a little, I'm gonna stroke a little something
Stroke
on
your
it.
genius.
I'm gonna stroke my genius off.
So you'll be
Right
removed
on
from the
top.
council chambers if you continue doing that.
26. as
26? Fuck yeah. You watch
Still got
as
it.
your words you start noticing some of the lesser noble houses begin to like kind of nod their heads and talk amongst each other, and then even like House Corvallis and House Velmont begin to kind of talk amongst themselves, the two representatives there, and they nod and they sorry, not House Velmont, I'm sorry, House Ferentis. And the old man Varric stands once again very slowly and goes, "Do you yield your time, young Lord Andros?"
Not quite. I leave the council with this, and then I will be done speaking. Do not forget the responsibility that this privilege of this position comes with. I beg you in these times not to lose yourself in selfishness, but rather to look to the people who you swore oaths to, the people who have put you in the position of privilege that you are in. Thank you. Then I'll sit back down.
You hear more murmurs and speaking around you, and Lord Laurent stands once more and goes, "The Lord speaks the truth. We did swear oaths. We did promise to keep Valtressa safe for all. You pose the question, Lord Andros. What of the families of the people whose boots of the people whose families we place our boots over? Yes?
Yes.
I ask you this. What of those who speak of rebellion in the city? Who spark this violent and unnecessary backlash that is sweeping through Valtressa as we speak? Would you have us bow down to their demands? I agree with you that this city could be better. You come to these council meetings preaching change and the need for reform, and I agree with you. We can change. That does not mean giving up that which makes the noble houses noble. Lord Andros says to remember your oaths. I say remember your ancestors. I yield my time. He sits back down. There's a moment of silence.
To Alaford. The Uno reverse card.
He sits back down, and Varric stands back up, and he goes, "If there is no more debate on the matter, we will put it to a vote. All in favor, raise thy hand." I'm gonna roll a D100.
Oh shit.
It's
You watch his hands do go up. And Varric turns around, and you see a scribe in the back who his eyes are glowing. And he nods. He goes, "Very well, all opposed?" I'm gonna roll another D100 here.
adding +1 to the roll.
Once again, the man in the back nods, walks over, and says something in his ear. "Very well. The Civil Order Stabilization Act passes
Fucking shit.
with a 55% approval rate. Now, on to our next bill. The Foreign Labor Mining Initiative. Due to the ongoing strikes in the Valtressa mines, this bill would permit contracting foreign labor forces to resume operations, bypassing local worker negotiations. Any questions? No? Okay, good. Right. This has been put forth by House Nocturne and has been backed by House Laurent and House Corvinhart. It is missing one final backer. Do I have anyone who wishes to put forth a last-minute entry? There is a hand that raises. Lord Viramontis raises his hand. I will put forth my backing to this bill. Well, goes to vote after deliberation. Speak! Lord Matthias Nocturne stands. He's dressed in white robes as well, but these ones are more eloquent, more put together than the robes that Varric is wearing. They seem pristine and almost like clinically clean. He's wearing gloves. As he stands, he goes, "As most of you know, my family is not in the mining business. No, sirree, but we are in the business of healing. And this city is in need of healing. Financially, of course. And working with Lord Viramontis on our city funds, we believe that putting forth this bill will stabilize Valtressa's current market reactions and allow for us to continue our current trade operations with the other cities. This is not to say we will not continue peace talks with the mining workers. It is important that we keep Valtressan jobs alive and well. But in this state of unrest that we find ourselves in, it is found more and more by the city guard that our miners are rebellion. So, I put it to you all. Do we allow for foreign aid in a time of crisis? That is all." He sits back down.
I would like to tap Father Laurent on the shoulder.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry, sir. Is this like one of those anti-union things?
What's a union?
Oh, you guys don't have that here?
You'd have to explain it to me, darling.
So
Is this the time?
I'm curious. It's just weird that I feel that you would stand with this. I don't know. I don't understand much here, but
Right. It's just without the mines, Valtressa will run out of money very quickly. And so while we come to a peaceful conclusion with the mine workers, we need something to continue to allow Valtressa to profit with the other cities.
Oh,
You know, Valtressa, you may actually not know this. Valtressa is its main export is rare gemstones.
oh, really? That makes
Yes,
sense that you would need people to work the mines. And okay,
exactly.
thank you. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
What's the name of the movie?
That's all. That's all.
Our dog just caused a mine collapse in our basement.
Shoot. Um, uh, a couple of people stand up to talk both for and against the bill, and it goes to a vote afterwards. I don't know. Does Ferris want to say anything?
If I may, and I don't want to overextend, but
Yes, Lord Andros.
much of the unrest is due to the peoples of Voltressa, the lower working class, not being able to make a living wage. That their neighborhoods have devolved into drug trade and organized crime. Would it not be better to explore the costs needed to up the wages so that we could keep the work in Voltressa? If the money went to the people, very rich is the resources that you all profit from. If it went to the people, we would not solve the unrest that we all are so concerned about.
Indeed. Give me a persuasion check.
Didn't know I was going to be doing so many politics today. 22.
22. Fantastic. All right. The bill goes to a vote. All those in favor, raise your hands. All those opposed, and the man comes up to Varric again. He nods and goes, "This bill, with the 63% disapproval, does not pass."
Yes, get wrecked.
Making change in the world, Pharus. Good job.
He
In the
goes,
right direction.
"And for the final bill of the day, before we open it up to minor matters, the Narcotics Response Expansion Bill, put forth by House Viramontis. This bill proposes significantly increasing funds to the City Detectives Division to combat the growing drug epidemic, including power to act independently of local guard forces. Backed by House Thornvale, it is also missing a third backer. If anyone wishes to put forth their house, we will go to a vote. Anyone? Anyone at all? Nope, all good with the drugs. Okay. This bill does not go to a vote. It will be tabled for another meeting. Now, to minor matters, I turn it over.
Good with the drugs. I love this man, personally.
I turn it over to House Corvallis. And he sits back down and kind of breathes out and falls asleep. House Corvallis stands. Let me find him again. Hold on, I'm so sorry. I have so many notes. Nope, not that one. Definitely not that one. There it is. General Kalis stands and goes, "Right, so I would like to put forth a vote to fill one of the vacant seats in the 13 noble houses." There's a hush that goes across. Give me an insight check, either of you, if you'd like to get a feel of the room.
Feel the room. I need to know.
I'm feeling that room hard. Softly.
Fantastic.
24 for Serena.
13.
Okay. So, Serena, on a 24, you do see around you in your immediate area in the 13 noble houses, there's looks of alarm. there's concern in most of the faces, except for Lord Viremontis, who has stayed very composed the entire meeting. Around you, in the general seating, there is excitement.
Oh.
And almost like a yearning.
And Laurent seems perturbed by this?
Yes, he does look uncomfortable with it.
Okay.
Lord Andros, you notice the silence around you, and I think as one of the minor noble houses, you understand how big this is. Ladies and gentlemen of the council, for too long, the Draven seat has stood in vacancy since Heir Oleg Draven's disappearance. And while I wish to uphold the standing tradition and honor the Draven family, I am afraid that being down 2 seats is not enough. And while House D'Amour does not attend council meetings, they still do political work in the city. I would like to propose 3 candidates as replacements for House Draven in the 13 noble houses of Altressa. House Marlek, a known trading house with connections to the Southern Territories. House Gretelthorn, a wealthy banking family known for patronizing the arts and harboring political ambitions, as we all are aware, and there's a chuckle that goes around. Finally, House Andros. A council member known for his reform and invention, as we are all very aware. As you all are aware, adding a noble house to the ranks of the 13 only requires votes from the current standing noble houses within the 13. Do I have a second for any of the houses I have declared? There's a quiet pause before Lord Viremontis stands. He looks around the room. I second House Andros. He sits back down. Very well. Lord Pharus Andros II, please present yourself before the 13.
I'm almost a bit stunned at this. Didn't think I was so popular.
Aliford turns and goes, Sir, you're expected.
Right.
Keep your wits sharp.
Playing it. Always. And I rise to my feet with the aid of my cane. Help me with my smooth marble of a brain understand. Does this mean I'm in, or do I have to make a speech?
This means that you are presenting to be voted upon.
Oh, right. Okay, so I just stand.
Yeah. But as you make your way closer to the 13, you do notice a very familiar face sitting behind Lord Laurent. You see Serena, the girl from the night before.
Right. I am going to do my best not to make any sort of eye contact.
Understood.
At all. But given that she obviously would have no idea because I was in a metal suit at the time. Wouldn't want to arouse suspicion.
Wouldn't want to arouse anybody.
Right. So how does this work?
Good boy, hey. No need to feel nervous or anything like that. Look. Gentlemen, it is in your hands. And General Kalis sits down at his seat. You stand in the middle of all of them. And Lord Viremontis speaks up. He goes, Friends, for a long time, House Draven has stood as a symbol to all of us of integrity, respect, honor. What happened was a tragedy, one that we will never forget. But by injecting new blood into our council, into our inner circle, maybe Valtressa can gleam like the old days. Who better to represent that change than the very man who speaks for it at every single council meeting? He has my vote. And it moves around the room. General Kalis votes for you.
No, I liked him.
House Diamore is absent, and absentee votes do not count. House Duclair votes against you. House Fontaine votes against you. It gets to House Laurent, and he looks at you. A man I can disagree with is a man I can get behind. You have my vote.
Dad.
House Morvant votes for you. House Nocturne votes for you. House Valemont votes for you. House Ferentis is currently missing. It's the line of the king that was assassinated. Sorry, no. I keep getting that mixed up. House Ferentis votes for you. House Valemont is absent. And as the last vote is cast, Varric stands up. Young man, you do your mother proud. Please, take your seat, House Andros. Welcome to the 13 noble houses of Valtressa. And there's clapping all around. Finally, for small matters, I yield to House Viramontis. Lord Viramontis stands and sits at the podium. Brothers and sisters of Valtressa, the throne stands vacant. The heir has yet to be found. Should this monarchy continue, or should a new form of governance be pursued? There's gasps all throughout. I propose a swift and righteous change. A democratic election among the 13 houses and newcomers. And he smiles at you. To install a new ruling family, effectively ending the hereditary monarchy as it stands. You see Andros silence throughout the entirety of the collective. Lord Laurent stills completely. Serena, I think you see his shoulders shaking a little bit after a moment, and then you realize he's laughing to himself. He turns to you and starts to whisper, goes, "Watch very closely. This is a political mastermind at work. I need a second for this motion." He looks around. Lord Andros, might you wish to put forth your first official piece of business as one of the new 13?
Oh no. Okay, give me some background here. I'm gonna ask for some history.
Hit me with it.
I assume that this is very bad, given that I feel like all of these people are very bad.
Let me put it this way.
But
Yeah.
They just invite me to their club.
They did, yes.
I'm at the table now.
You you see you know that House Velmont has stood as the ruling family of Valtressa for about the last 10 generations. They've stayed as the ruling family. There hasn't been a new ruling family put in place. But the heir is missing. The entire family is missing, save the king, who you know was assassinated 2 years ago. And the throne standing cold this long is unheard of. And it does put Valtressa into a political bind in the world stage.
Right.
And it's something that's been talked about in previous council meetings multiple times, but no consensus could be found as far as like what to do. It's been thrown around to like put in, a stand-in maybe, but no one could vote on a singular person. And so what this change would do was effectively start a new family, a royal family, and would then start generations of that singular family being king. But you also know that being king in Valtressa is an empty name. It means nothing, especially the last 30 or 40 years. It is title only. It helps appease the lower class. It's a game basically, and so I think you start to you have a conflicting thoughts of like what's he playing at, but also what would anybody get out of this other than being the laughing stock of the nobles.
Right. Do I know who's like to win?
No one's been proposed.
I just mean because it's a democratic. Is it like democratic election that he's proposing? Like the people are voting, or like just the council?
Within the 13.
Oh,
Yeah. And another thing you'd realize is that these guys, there's no way they'll agree with each other because the last time this was brought to a vote regarding the royal family, no one could agree on anything. So chances are, I mean, it's a 50-50 shot whether this does anything or not.
okay. I'll bite. Esteemed members of the council, my feelings on the current state and the trajectory that Voltress has been on are known to you all. As you've said, I've been quite vocal in the last 30 or 40 council meetings. Perhaps you speak some wisdom that it is time for a shake-up. And I second the motion.
Give me an insight check.
I don't know if it was a good idea or not.
Serena, you can give me one as well.
Nat 20!
Yes!
Thanks, dice.
Let's go.
Fuck yeah. On a nat 20, you see for a very brief moment, Lord Viramontes looks surprised.
Gotta remember I want him.
And you also notice a few of the other houses nodding. Serena, on the 26th, you see a strange amount of like there's no backlash, like no one's like out speaking out to this. Like there's some people within the 13 that you're seeing are kind of like looking worried and confused, but a lot of them are looking like sitting back in their chairs, more sedated. Lord Viramontes looks and goes, "We have a second. All those in favor." You watch as 7 hands rise into the air.
I feel like it did something bad.
Ferris,
Dude,
having seconded it, you are not required to vote for it. But you could if you want to.
Well, at this point. Oh, at this point it's even.
Yeah, 6 hands right now. It would be 6 against if you voted against it. would go to a tie.
Man, that's anarchy. I don't like this.
Did Laurent vote for it, or is he against it?
Laurent voted for it.
He
Oh,
voted
okay.
for it. For sure.
Vote for. Viramontes looks and goes, the motion passes. And the old man begins to stand up and he goes, one more thing, Varric. He goes, very well. Sits back down, turns and goes. I'd like to put forth the motion for House Viramontes to be put in place as the new royal family, with me installed as the new king of Valtressa. And silence goes through. After a moment, he goes, do I have a second? You watch as House Nocturne raises their hand. He goes, I second this motion. We have a second. All those in favor? 7 hands are raised.
I didn't think it was gonna happen right now. I thought there was gonna be like a campaigning process. I thought we were gonna make shirts.
Oh my god.
It's my first council meeting.
Now Mara's gonna kill a king. It's gonna be regicide, not just murder.
Hey,
Wow.
if you go big or go home.
I mean,
King
she'll do it.
Viramontes stands, bows his head. I accept gracefully, and will do Valtressa proud. Thank you, gentlemen.
Can I do take backsies?
As the new standing king of Valtressa, I call this council meeting to a close. Good day. And he turns and begins to walk away. Lord Laurent stands from his seat and turns around to you. And he didn't vote yes for this.
Oh, okay.
He was one of the ones that didn't vote yes. He turns and goes, Serena,
Yes.
we must have a conversation with me.
Oh, okay.
And pulls you away. Pharus, you are approached from the seatings by Alaford. Sir,
Yes, Halford.
I have to say, for your first day as a member of the 13 noble houses, I commend your performance. Do you
Got away from
question?
me at the end.
Yes, I was going to ask. Was it just caught up in the moment, or do you have a plan?
And I had a plan, but it's sort of predicated on the fact that those men never agreed on anything. I expected them to be. Perhaps this isn't the place, but
Quite
I
right.
will explain myself in private.
Of course. I will say, real quick, Soo-Jin, where would you have gone to get in touch with Nightforge?
I think that they might have had like an unspoken meeting place that they always kind of find each other at. It's not like that they like discussed it, but that's just kind of where they always found each other, like some random rooftop that he was perched on, and that's where she would
Perfect.
probably go to look for him.
Perfect. So the alarms at the steel mill rooftop have gone off. Looks like you have a visitor.
Right. Well, let's hope that Nightforge has a more successful day than Pharasandros, yes?
Of course, sir. I will go ahead and prepare everything.
Right.
Perfect. And he walks away. Do you stop and talk to anybody or do anything here?
Is Lady Alethine? She's noble, but she's not here. She went
Widow
back.
Alethi, no, as far as you can see, she is not here.
I don't know who to talk to. I feel like I did a bad thing. Feel tricked.
General Kalis is still there. He's the head of House
yeah, I'll talk to him because
Corvallis. Yep.
he seemed like a good guy.
You walk up to him. He's talking. It looks like with a younger version of himself, but he's wearing full plate armor. Looks to be a knight. And as you walk up, he takes notice of you. He goes, "Oh, Lord Andros! Oh, my boy, what a day! Yes."
Eventful for sure. Tell me, what do you make of this? Those men have never agreed on anything in their lives.
No, the broken clock is right twice a day, though.
Indeed. Speaking my language.
Look, Lord Andros, I put forth your name for a reason. I knew your father and your mother. Wonderful people. It's a shame what happened to them. But your father was the best damn blacksmith I knew in the city, and your mother was a spitfire in the council chambers, and I really think we could use you to ruffle some feathers in the 13 here. Hell, my son still uses a sword forged by your father. This is Sir Elaine Corvallis, my eldest. And he looks at you and goes, "My lord."
Just give him a nod. I'll try to do them proud as best I can. And you said the king is more of a figurehead position. At
Correct,
least for
yeah.
now.
It's laughed out in the nobility, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm wondering is why would he want it? And how would they? They had to have been pre-aligned. This had to have been arranged.
Lord Corvallis, or General Corvallis, looks around and goes, "Look, Andros, there are things best not spoken about in council chambers.
Right.
Please join me at my estate at the end of the week, and we can dine together. I'll introduce you to my wife, and we can speak of some matters of the underbelly of Altressa, and maybe we can come up with some reforms for the rebellion." Yes?
Can I make an insight check?
Yeah.
Ooh, guys, I'm rolling hot. Dirty 20. Ooh.
He's
So-
trying to signal to you with his words, and you pick up on it very easily. He's not good at it. He goes, "Do you understand me, my boy?"
And I think I catch your meaning.
Very good.
No
Well-
be there.
Oh, fantastic! I'll tell my my servants to expect you. Right. Good day and good job today. Proud of you. Aha. All right. And he begins to waddle away with his son by his
I like
side.
that. You know what? It came back. The day came back.
Okay, good. Serena, Lord Laurent pulls you into an alcove outside the hall. He stops and goes, "Things are moving much faster than I expected, but there's a reason, Serena, that I bring you with me to these galas and dinners and to the council themselves. I was hoping to wait for a special occasion to ask you this, but it's been such a delight having you here, and You're just so special. And I know you're a ward of House Laurent. But me and my wife have discussed in great detail and depth bringing you more into the family.
That is so kind of you. I have been waiting for this for far long. You guys are all so nice to me, and this is home away from home, and I just love it here.
Love to hear that. Well, if you accept, you would become my heir, and you would stand, as a representative of the house and of our ideals and our desires and what we mean to Valtressa. Would you do me the honor of becoming a Laurent?
Well, bless my heart and call me a coon dog. I would.
A coon dog? Not, you know what? At this point in time, not very important. Tell me about it later. Yes? Fantastic. I'll get all the legal documents prepared. This is amazing. I cannot wait to tell Hua Yun. Beautiful, beautiful. Fantastic. You're like a daughter to me, Serena.
Well, you were like a father to me, sir. Can I call you father yet?
Oh, of course. Come here, darling.
Papa.
And he wraps you in a hug. It's very good, very good. Yes. Good. All right. Well, back to the manor. Lots of planning to do now and paperwork. Fantastic. Beautiful. Mara. Nope. Soo-Jin. No. I'm joking.
How dare you?
Mara, you and Oleg are left alone in the room as he pulls a desk from across the other side and starts to lay out papers. At this point, he's put a shirt on and had started putting on gear slowly as he's going over it. You see the plans for the Viramontis Manor House on the table there, and he's marking it with daggers for entry points, and he goes, he hasn't updated anything in years, and from what I remember being in there, there's a few other passages we can take out of sight. It should be a lot easier to get in now. This time we're not splitting up. This time we stick together. Yes?
Yes, I would not have listened if you told me to.
Well, you did.
Despite our previous agreement, I know.
Well, no, that's concerning to me about our previous agreement, but we'll talk about that later, I guess. Okay. Mara. It is imperative that we make it out this time.
It was imperative the first time, too.
I do not mean to downplay that. I will think over my words more carefully. But we need to find Viramontis's mining documents.
Mining documents?
Yes. We know that there's an entrance utilizing the sewers. We don't know where that entrance is, but we also need to know where they've been digging.
What are they digging for?
Gems, rare stones, and minerals. It's not what they're digging for that we're interested in, it's where they've been digging. Viramontis owns the mining space underneath the Golden Heights. Madame Laurent found information that Lord Viramontis dug too close to the Celestial Bank. We need to prove that rumor. So that's our in.
Would that strip him of power?
Strip him of power. I don't give a damn about his power. That man can bathe in it for all I care. When we're done, he'll be nothing.
That's all I
This
needed
whole-
to hear.
Look, Mara, this whole city will be nothing.
Maybe this would be easier if you told me the plan.
Give me a persuasion check.
Which dice? Which dice? It's an important roll, little buddy.
Is it good?
Oh.
It's not good.
Is it good?
It's not. 15.
Oh shit. Okay, yeah. He
I have a
looks
plus
at
11.
he looks he looks around, and in the absence of both Prim and Soo-Jin, Mara, I was trapped in a mirror and then in my own mind for 10 years. And I can't wish that upon my greatest enemy. I don't know how to put in words the hell I was in. The hell I'm still going through because of it. Originally, when we broke into Viramontes' house, it was to find out what was in the Celestial Bank. And I found it. And I kept it hidden from him for all this time. Hidden from myself, from Ash and Jack. One of the banks weren't always there. The banks were built upon something. A vault. There's something trapped there, trying to get out. I'm gonna set it free. It's the source of all of Viramontes' wealth and power. It's how this fucking city keeps running. It's why magic outside of the cities is nearly impossible. Mara, the vaults aren't protected by the gods. They trap them.
Well,
You asked before why Prim was the only one. Why you couldn't be around. Prim is stuck here. She can't leave the city. No matter how hard she tries, no matter what she does, it stops her from leaving. She dove deeper into that. She's stuck because this god is stuck, and it's reaching out to her. She connected with it, and through that magic, she's able to keep Ash and Jack at bay. And if I can release this goddess, she can get rid of him for good. I'll be me, full time, all me. And then we can put this behind us. It can just be us again, how we had it before.
not before. I will rip out the page of these last 10 years. That is true. But even before that, you were not honest with me.
What do you mean?
What's your full name?
Don't make me say it.
Then don't, but tell me why.
I have a number of reasons. Guilt, shame, anger. I'm not one of them. I'm not a noble. I never was. Whatever my father was, I'm not him. The Draven House died with me the night I left.
She reaches up a hand to kind of touch his face. And he can stay dead and buried for all I care, but you're the one who insisted that I tell you about myself. And even though I didn't want to, you spent an entire year dragging me against my will into love. And I had made the foolish assumption that you were doing the same.
Mara. That was me. That was the real me. That wasn't... There's no part of me that was nobility. There was no part of me that was that family anymore. What would be the point of talking about it? So you could know?
So
What's
I
there
could
to know? What's there to know, Mara? That my father killed himself? That my elder brother abandoned me? I don't care about that. It's not part of me anymore. I moved on with you. I became who I am with you. And then I lost you. And I will not lose you again. Everything I'm doing is to get back to you in the way that you deserve. Whether you see it or not, I can't change that. But I can keep moving forward. And I can keep loving you. If you'll have me.
You know that the answer will always be yes.
I know. We have 2 days before I revert.
You
So we
will need
better
to
get...
explain that at some point. It doesn't have to be now. But I can't have Jack knowing more than I know.
Fair. Very well. Oh, right. Just one last piece of equipment. And you watch as he takes the door and closes it a little bit. On the back of the door, you see a sheathed longsword. He pulls that out, unsheathes it. I'm devoted to you, Mara. I'm devoted to this. Let's go rob House fucking Viremontis.
Fuck those assholes. Let's free a god.
You guys leave. we're going to move to the night on top of a steel mill where Soo-Jin has been waiting for hours.
Mm.
Has she been doing anything up on this roof?
I think she's pacing, keeping a watchful eye, but trying to dig in her mind about House Declare and the shit with fucking Draven and just cringing at like Mara going all goo eye the moment that she sees him like be for real. And then, this Serena living like she's just like fuming in her own self.
That's fair. As the night begins to unfold over Valtressa, lights begin to come on. You're in the brass quarter, so it's a lot of like mills and warehouses around. So the lights that come on are generally just street lights. Some housing lights come on as well. And as it grows harder to see, Nightforge, what are you doing?
Going to meet her now. Last time, when I become aware that it's her, like if I see from a building far off,
I would say that you were expecting this to be her because this is where you've always met her. But if you would see her if she's not hiding from a couple buildings away.
Are you hiding?
Are
I
you
mean,
hiding?
she's not like dancing on the ledge there for everybody to see, but
I've like enhance.
yeah, no, she's not hiding.
You
I was gonna try
see,
to sneak. Last time she snuck up on me, so I was just gonna try to sneak up on her.
give me a stealth roll.
I'm also looking out for you though
Yeah,
too.
give me a perception check, Soo-Jin.
It's a 15.
There's a lot on this girl's mind right now, okay? And she's not completely paying attention.
Nightforge, you are able to be stealthy as you approach the steel mill rooftop.
Okay. Sneaking up behind her. I half expected you to be monologuing.
Quick elbow.
Straight to the armor.
Straight to where instinctual
Yeah.
elbow tossed back. Me model. Isn't that your gig?
Why am I here?
I don't know. Why are you here?
That's a good question. Thank God for the mask, right, guys? I believe you were the one to summon me. But I'll start. Are you familiar with the red dream?
And she kind of cocks an eyebrow. Maybe. Are you?
I've recently become aware of it, huh? Gnomish friend. You recall the one with the penchant for bombs?
It's your friend. Well, I'm not surprised.
Well, we're not that close. And I left him on top of the clock tower.
Nice. What about it?
He didn't give me much. Said that they were moving it, that it was something big. Said House Duclair was involved. Some
Right.
affiliation with Veramontis as well.
Veramontis, huh? I've heard rumors. between the houses. And then she'll like look at you like, what, you didn't know? Like she's trying to ascertain as to whether or not she knows something that you don't.
Well, she does because that's why I'm asking.
She very much enjoys the game. Okay, well, what do you
had
know?
come for a manifest. This was known
It
to
was a
me.
manifesto.
It was not a manifesto, but a shipping order. Yes. What did you make of it?
I'm still debating. That's not why I'm here, though. But feel free to keep telling me more.
Just getting got all day, every day. So,
I think she's been up here for a while, and I think she's enjoyed sticking it to somebody as much as she's gotten the shit today. Well, we can discuss that on the way.
right.
Your presence is requested.
Something tells me I don't like the sound of that.
What? You don't trust me?
No. And I rarely like to go unprepared.
Well, you look, and she like looks you like up like unprepared. You're a walking tank.
Will you at least do me the courtesy of telling me where we're going?
No, you'll find out on the way. It's a
Right.
surprise. Do you know a Mother Meyer taking up resident in the estate? I hear
So
you
I'd
have
like to
a
put Mother Meyer into the estate.
You did put Mother Meyer into the estates.
Right where I left her.
right. Well, I have a feeling she might not be in there for much longer. Maybe. She has some information that and she like stops to like find a word that tastes right in her mouth. An associate is requesting some information.
Question,
Answer.
esteemed dungeon master. Obviously, I slink around in the shadows. This isn't like a place that I can't just like walk into the prison as Nightforge and be like, I've got some questions for the prisoners.
So you have an inn at the estates.
Oh, perfect. Excellent.
Yes, which is ironic that you met him in person today as Pharus.
Ooh.
But Sir Elaine Corvallis is the head guard
No fucking
for the
shit.
estates currently and does know Nightforge and has worked with you in the past with escaped criminals and for interrogations.
Right. 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 Well, then we mustn't delay. At the risk of being a bit too forward, I'm going to put my arms out because I can fly. So I've got my jet boots start going, and I'm like hovering slightly, and I'm going to put my arms out.
Wow.
What? Scared of heights?
No, I was going to suggest you buy me dinner first, but if we must, we must.
I've
And
always said I'm on a tight schedule, and I'm going to pick her up and jet boot off into the night sky.
Pretty badass.
an
Perfect.
absolute ridiculousness. A question for you, DM. Does
Yeah.
Soo-Jin know everything in the dossiers about the noble houses?
Everything that I gave you?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead.
No, we're flying through the air. It's probably hard to talk right now. So
Perfect. Serena, as the magically propelled carriage arrives back at the
I love it.
Laurent household,
Mhm.
Lord Laurent offers his hand to you to help you get out of the carriage. As you begin to walk to the front door, he opens it, and you hear in a side sitting room off the main foyer a voice. It's Hua Yun laughing, and she says, "Sir, yes, of course. My husband will be home soon. Can take your meeting." And you hear a new voice, one that you've heard before. Many years ago, in a little village. Of course, Lady Laurent. I assure you, I am not on any sort of busy time schedule. I am increasingly interested in meeting this ward of yours as well. She sounds so very interesting. And that's where we're going to end today's session.
What
What if we kept going forever? What if we just kept going forever the whole time? Like
Just
the whole
don't stop.
campaign tonight.
Just
The whole
don't
thing.
stop.
Oh God, I'm gonna throw up.
Ghost, you outdid yourself tonight.
You guys had fun?
I'm gonna throw
Yeah.
up.
I had
Hey,
fun.
ladies and gentlemen, that's what matters. As long as you're having fun and emotionally scarring your friends, what else is there in life, right?
Oh my God.
Important. Wow. Wow, 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 wow,
Perfect.
wow.
I don't even know what to do with my life. I guess I go to the end screen now. Fuck. Bye, people.
Thank you, everybody.
Bye.
Have a good night.